Hey, I'm Meredith, and today we're going to be making the star-shaped tie-dye pattern using our tie-dyeing kit and a stencil. Stay tuned to see how it's done. Okay, on this set we'll do a star, and the star is fairly complicated for me to draw, but we're only working on half of the star, and I went ahead and I cut out a template out of some recycled cardboard. So I basically know that I like the shape rather than sitting out here drawing it with a pencil and a ruler. And by all means you can do it, but I went ahead and I just made a template real quick. It's just half of it. So I fold the towel in half, and let me turn it this way so it's probably a little easier for y'all to see. Again, these towels that I'm using are never line up straight, so I'm just worried about getting the rough center and the rough centers on them. And then I'm going to take a pencil. I'm lining up this edge of the half of the template on the folded half of the towel. And as we do it, after we tie-dye and get done with it, the fold line is your half and everything's mirrored image, so it comes back. I like to use pencil. If you can't see your pencil line, then you come back and you can use any temporary washable marker like Crayola or any of your non-permanent markers for this, and it washes right out. I don't know if you can see on camera, but that's the pencil line that I'm going to pleat on. I'll go ahead and get a rubber band to make it halfway easy. Now to do the pleats, I'm going to come in and I'm going to do one side on each side of the pencil mark, and I'm going to go all the way down. And I know at the pivot line it's really hard to do, but you're going to pivot it back up. When you do this, you're trying to line up your pencil to where the pencil line is as straight as possible on where your pencil line lines up straight, to where when you put your rubber band on it, you're covering all the pencil mark. A straight line is always harder than a circle line. I'm going to just make it super tight, because when I color this star, I'm going to want to keep everything separated. Now, after you do your initial design, you can come back and you can just keep rubber banding it, and it will keep your a bubble version of the star, like right in here. This will look a little blurry to that line. But then you can come back here and you can spin it back out, and you can do like just random pushing it back and forth, and it will kind of give you a galaxy effect. And all I did was I just freehanded where I want to squiggle and line, and just I'm making different pleats and creases, and that will give it a cool looking tie-dyed but not swirl version, where colors will just pop and hit any which way. You break a rubber band, it's not a big deal. I like the multiple different sizes rubber bands, because some of the stuff, it makes it a little easier to be able to use and see. I'm going to put one more rubber band on it, and then we'll be ready for color. So I'm going to use this little bit of blue at the very, little bit of yellow at the very edge to be the star. Well, maybe it didn't work. So, I'll use a little pink. Orange and pink makes an orange. Or yellow and pink makes an orange coral color. So that ought to be kind of wicked cool. And then we'll stop up in there. Then we'll come back with maybe a green. Now this one is, you remember we just kind of folded this bottom half any which way it goes. So let's just start drawing a line of color. And then we'll put another line there making an X with a teal. And then we've got a fuchsia color. And we've got red. Let's make sure that that one's good and open it. And we'll put some red in here. We'll widen this green color. And I think I'm going to add some more of the teal. Make the band a little wider. Try to see what color we can get other than the brown end. We'll come in with the teal beside the red. And all we're doing is we're saturating color to try to let it pop, and as how it's folded it should change a little and it should be super cool and intense. So now we're going to flip this over and do the back side. And you know, you don't really see where it was at, so we'll get to create new lines and see how that changes. With tie-dye, you know the colors, but you don't know the way the colors are going to end up being. See, that's that same color. We got a lot of that color going on. Let's do light pink. I think we missed out on the light pink for a while. Now I'm just going in and filling in the gaps. If I see white or light, I'm just going to come in and change up. Now I'm going to put it in a grocery sack bag for 6 to 8 hours, and just to let it absorb and to let the color saturate and set. And then I'll show you what it looks like whenever I'm washing it out and taking it apart before I set it and wash it in the washing machine. As you can see, all the colors are starting to come out, but that's fine. This is going to be really super pretty. Alright, we're good. Emma, hand me a bag real quick.
This is still recording.
Okay, hand me a bag.
Where's the bag?
I guess I forget when I'm supposed to be talking. This is going to be the star. Remember, this was the star up here. This is the rest of the body. Let's wash it out and see what it looks like. Good part with rubber bands is you can just kind of stretch your project around and try to get some of the extra color out before you unband them. That's what part of it's starting to look like. Alright, there's half of the star. Let me unfold it and try to pop it up. There's the star shape. We'll come back and I'll show it to you after we get it, the color set and washed. This is the star. Not quite sure which one's front and back, but you can see they're kind of, both sides are evenly colored.